Twitter is actually in trouble. I don't think Threads, the Mark Zuckerberg competitor to Twitter, is necessarily the biggest deal to Twitter. I think Twitter's kind of its own thing. I think also Threads making it required to have an Instagram account is like a big downside to Threads. Because if you're on Twitter, I feel like you don't use Instagram nearly as much. I feel like that's just the demographic split. If you use Instagram, you don't have a need for Twitter. If you use Twitter, you don't have a need for Instagram. I think it's just kind of how it is. I know a lot of people do use both, but I think overall, if you're on Twitter, you probably don't really use Instagram. At least I don't. A lot of people I know are like that. So kind of a downside, but at the same time, Instagram also has a very large user base, so it could benefit Threads to have that be an easy thing where you just log in on Instagram. But overall, I personally dislike the fact that I needed an Instagram account to make a Threads account. It's not the end of the world, but like it annoyed me a little bit. But I really don't think that Threads is the end all be all for Twitter. I think Twitter is the end for Twitter. Like people who use Twitter already don't like Twitter. It is like Stockholm syndrome. It is not a like place that people really want to be. Everyone kind of mutually agrees it's not good for their health, regardless of like what opinions they see there. No one likes anything they see on Twitter because it's all built to make you not like people and the website. Like if you are a person who gets angry when they see stuff on social media will just push you to stuff that makes you angry because you look at it the longest. It knows you don't like certain things. Like all of these platforms are just built to capture your attention the longest, and everyone on the website has a negativity bias because all people have negativity biases. Things that are negative stick out to you a lot more than things that are positive. That's just how your brain works. Because think about it from an evolutionary standpoint. Being happy with your friends and family in the caveman days does not outweigh the fact that there's a bear outside your house, or I guess your cave. So obviously, it makes sense to focus on the negatives because that is an immediate threat. The problem is that we've kind of evolved past that, at least in a lot of places in the world. And we don't really need that negativity bias anymore, at least to the extreme extent that we have it. And these social media platforms feed on that. And that's why you still use social media, even though you hate social media. Social media is addictive. If you disagree, I don't care, you're wrong, okay? You're just wrong. Like, if you can give me some study that really shows that it's not addictive, no one has any problems quitting it, you show me. I would gladly read it. But until then, it's addictive. But back on topic to Twitter being in trouble. So I think Twitter is in trouble because I think Elon Musk cannot run this website to save his own life. I think he genuinely is like the worst CEO for this company, or at least was the worst CEO. He's no longer the CEO, but he seems to still make the decisions because he talks about stuff a lot like he's doing the decision making. He also tweets stuff that's counterintuitive to like a guy who's in massive debt because of a website he bought. You awake from a deep trance, step away from the phone to see your friends and family. This was a tweet he made when he introduced the rate limits, and it's like, bro, you did that. And it's also your website. You want people to not do this. It just didn't make any sense to me. But Elon Musk also seems kind of threatened by the fact that Mark Zuckerberg made a Twitter competitor because he's going on a tirade about Threads, and he's like, oh, the app's bad. I hate it. Threads sucks. He also said, Zuck is a cock. He actually tweeted this, by the way. This is a real tweet that he made. And for somebody who's a billionaire and has a lot of money and a lot of things going for him, he's very, very insecure about things, which is one of the reasons why he's so unlikable now. Like, we had a good thing, Elon Musk, when you just made electric cars, and shut up. We had a good thing there. But no, you just need to go ruin it with all your greed, Elon Musk. All your little greed for Twitter. And stating all your garbage opinions that most people who have a brain don't agree with. But I'm getting a little off topic. Besides Elon Musk's leadership and also impact on the Twitter brand, I think that Twitter is in trouble because they're just broke. And Elon Musk has not helped with that because he has pushed all potential advertisers off this website. Why would you want to be on a website with this guy? Why? Like, he is so wildly irresponsible as the guy who's like the face of the platform. Why would you ever advertise on Twitter when it's this guy running it? And then on top of that, they're just not paying rent in like multiple office locations. Like, I don't know how broke they are, but like, I don't know, you seem pretty broke if you just can't pay the rent. You also can't pay your like Google utility bill for their servers. Like, that's why the rate limit thing even happened, where Elon Musk limited your tweets you could read in a day, because they literally couldn't pay the Google server fee to keep the servers going, or at least they chose not to pay. So they probably had to put Twitter on some like rando server for a little bit. It's just not a good sign that they're not paying rent at any locations, or maybe I shouldn't say any locations, at least a lot of locations where their offices are. They laid off a bunch of people, which is fine. Okay, that was fine. I think it was the right move given how bloated Twitter was. But Elon Musk laid off all those people and then complained that Mark Zuckerberg allegedly hired them to do Threads, which apparently isn't even true. It's like, bro, that is the most free market thing you could do. You let go of talent, okay, that's fine. Then somebody else hired that talent and did something better than you. That's just the free market. That is literally what competition is. Like, that is what the free market is supposed to do and encourage. But I just think Elon Musk is like killing this website himself, because he just doesn't think. He just tweets whatever comes to his stupid brain. And it's like, you did the electric cars thing well, dude. Okay, stick to that. Stick to the electric cars thing. Stop trying to do stuff you're not qualified to do. He also wants to get people to post videos on a Twitter. He said post to this platform too. Earning per view should be competitive with YouTube. If not, we will adjust. And it's like Elon Musk, as somebody who is a YouTuber, this is literally impossible unless you start paying out of pocket. There is no shot Elon Musk and Twitter could match YouTube CPM and RPM with how many advertisers are not on the website. They do not have nearly enough of the high bidding advertisers to even remotely match YouTube CPMs. They just won't be able to do it. It's taken years for YouTube CPMs to get to the level where they are. Twitter will not be able to do that overnight. It is impossible for them, especially with Elon Musk running the ship and tweeting stuff like Zuck is a cock. It's not gonna work. Twitter is also trying to do way too many things at once. Like they're also apparently trying to make a dating app on Twitter, which is gonna end horribly. They also want to be a payment service, which is also gonna end horribly. And they also apparently want to be YouTube. Like you can't be all of them. It's just not gonna work. You need to be good at one thing and stick to it. Okay, maybe not that extreme. Like you don't have to stick to one thing as a company. I also think it's important to branch out and try new things and see what works in general. But Twitter can't even make Twitter do what Twitter's supposed to do at the moment. The website is a mess. I don't think any company should try branching out into other fields when their current thing isn't even working properly. Twitter's current focus should be to make Twitter. Like make Twitter better. How can you make the Twitter experience top tier? Once you've mastered the top tier element of Twitter, then you start moving into other ventures. Once you get the Twitter experience of looking at your timeline and stuff like that to a T, that is when you start branching into other things. But right now, I just don't see this happening at all. I see no world where Twitter can do all of these different things currently when it is in the worst state I think it's ever been in ever. Like maybe I am wrong and somehow Twitter will become our entire lives. We're gonna have payment processing on Twitter. We're gonna have videos on Twitter. It's all gonna be on Twitter. Maybe that's the case, but I literally cannot see it at all. With Elon Musk steering the ship, it will never happen. Maybe if it was somebody else, it's possible. But even then, I just don't see it. People don't like Twitter. Why would they ever start using your platform like that if they already don't like being on your platform? It doesn't make any sense. Elon Musk also tweets about traffic on Twitter going up constantly, and honestly, I think they're bots. I really do. I have had a massive uptick in the amount of bots I see on Twitter now, way more than before Elon Musk, which is funny because he was like, oh, there's bots everywhere. No, they're everywhere now because you suck your job. I really do think that a lot of the Twitter increase in users is like one, rage baiting, because Elon Musk is very good at that. I'm not gonna like say he isn't. He's very good at rage baiting. And I think it's bots. I think a lot of it is genuinely bots because I've seen way more bots than I have before. I don't know if you guys use Twitter, but if you do, tell me, have you seen more bots? Because I've seen way more bots. And obviously I'm just spitballing, but like Twitter was never really profitable to begin with. The website was already a place people didn't want to be, and ever since Elon Musk, it's gotten way worse. Elon Musk is a terrible face of the website. He's just not good at it. And now there's even less advertisers on Twitter, and they can't even pay their rent. Twitter is in trouble for like a lot of different reasons. And like Threads is the least of their concerns, I feel like. But I don't know. That's just me rambling. I could be totally wrong. Maybe Twitter's just doing just dandy and it's not actually in a dire situation at all. They just chose not to pay their rent. Who knows? Maybe it's a calculated choice, but like, I don't know. I feel like not paying your rent is something you would do if you're on the brink of bankruptcy. So that's probably not good. It's just not a good sign. That's pretty much it, though. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter @SPAT. Check out more of my content and have a good one.